We are back.
Who's back?
We are back.
Sophia Periconi, Kaylee Bowers, welcome back to Good News Forecast.
We are so excited to be back here with you, bringing you good news from around the world, across the country, and right here in our own backyards. Kaylee, it has been months.
It's been months. It's been a year.
Well, it has.
2025.
She got us there. Okay, we usually like to start every show asking how the week has gone.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been since I think November.
It's been a while.
We've seen each other.
We have.
We've seen each other, but how are things going, Kaylee?
Things have been busy, I would say, from, fall weather to winter cold. Now we have those spring storms, not complaining at all. There's just been a lot happening for both of us, but also here at the station as well, too. So I'm so glad to be back with you guys.
Yeah.
We have missed you. I have missed you.
I missed you.
Things have been great, haven't they?
They've been really good. A lot of things happening, like you said.
Yeah.
So much can happen in the span of 5 months. But we, through it all, have been asking each other, when are we coming back? When are we coming back?
We're ready. You guys have been asking as well, too. So we're back every week, and we've got some good news to share with you guys.
We always do. So let's
go.
just go for
Here
it.
we go.
All right. So the Toledo Mud Hens are back in season. Opening day was just last week.
Yeah, the fans filled downtown Toledo last Tuesday celebrating the home opener, and the good vibes continues into the night as the Mud Hens started their season at home with the W, a win, beating the St. Paul Saints 1-0 on opening day.
Exciting stuff.
And here's the fun thing about opening day. It didn't stop. Take a look at this.
Representing WTOL, make some noise for morning anchor Sophia Periconi.
Woo! Am I here? Okay, so at the Mud Hens' second home game, our morning team got to throw out the first pitch. So that's Heather Pauloff, meteorologist Ryan Weekman, and we took to the mound. There's Heather, she's going for it. She had a great arm.
Did she?
Here she goes. She's
she's
still
ready.
on the mound. Yep, boom, there she goes. Throws it. The guy had to jump to get it.
Oh, wow.
And then we got Ryan coming up, I believe. There he goes.
Oh, he's
Look
ready.
At this. I think he points to the stands.
He's
okay,
like,
he waves.
He's like, hi, Mom.
He waves, points. I think he's pointing to his family. And then
And
he just
strike.
made it look so easy. But yes, we got to do that. The day after opening day, you can ask Ryan or Heather. I was filled with anxiety, Kaylee.
You were.
I was so nervous. But look
Did you guys get the ball?
Yes, and they signed it for us.
Oh, that's exciting.
Which is really cool.
So can you demonstrate how you warmed up to do a pitch?
So I didn't.
Okay.
But here's what I would have done. If I was
Okay,
going to warm up. I would have done one of these. I would have done one of these. Maybe I got a little crack.
A crack in the
there.
back.
And then ready, Kaylee? I'm
Yep.
gonna throw it to you.
Throw it. And then you have to jump to try to get the ball.
Because my arm's so strong, guys.
I love that you had the leg as well too.
I did that.
Like you were full on.
I was
pitcher.
I was a mud hen for a day. But yeah, that was really fun. Glad we did it. Thank you to everyone who came out and watched. It was very fun.
Very entertaining. I want to watch that clip on loop again.
Please
Just go
don't.
whoosh. So from the Mud Hens, how about becoming a walleye as well too? Because playoff season starts next week.
Yeah, the Toledo Walleye kick off their playoff season on April 23rd. The team will also play again on April 25th.
And the team has never won a Kelly Cup, but they have made it to the finals.
So maybe this is the year.
I mean, last year they were so close.
Yeah.
They were so close. So
We got to see it happen.
fingers crossed, Walleye, you guys can do it this year. I'm hopeful.
Do we know who they play yet? I know our producer Diane in the booth, big Walleye fan. They play a lot of teams, Diane is saying.
She's talking to us. We're putting her on the spot right
Diane
now
on the
as well
spot.
too.
That's okay,
She's also
Diane.
pushing a bunch of buttons as well
Yes.
too.
We don't want to throw Diane off.
But the Walleye will be coming up as far as getting ready for playoff season. So fingers
Very
crossed.
excited. Get your tickets. I'm not sure if they're sold out actually, so check on that. But speaking of the Walleye, last month the team took a break from the ice for a special visit.
Players stopped by ProMedica Children's Hospital to color jerseys with their patients there. They also wore those jerseys at their next home game and then auctioned them off with all proceeds going right back to the hospital.
We play good games of Uno, different card games, and they let me know how bad I am at them. But again, it's cool to come back and see their strength, their perseverance that they have through their fight, and inspires all of us. It's great friendships that we'll cherish the rest of our lives.
So get this is the 4th year that the team has done this, and I don't think they're stopping anytime soon.
I hope not.
I love that they do this.
Yeah, really cool. It's cool that then when they auction them off, the money goes right back to supporting those kids in the hospital. So just a really great thing they do. Good for the wildlife.
It's a full circle moment. You get to hang out with the players, the kids, and everyone's just impacted in such a positive way.
Awesome stuff. So in other sports news, the WTOL 11 Bracket Challenge has officially wrapped up, of course, with March Madness having wrapped up as well.
Yeah, we're talking about basketball. The University of Michigan's men's team, they took home the title, defeating UConn by a pretty close game. It was 69-63, and you can see the scene out of Ann Arbor last week. The Wolverine fans were going crazy. But we also had a little bit of fun here at WTOL 11. The results of our bracket challenge.
So this is a touchy topic for me. Chase Bachman came out on top with 262 points, followed by Tim Miller, 242. Kaylee here, rounding out the top three, 238 points. You successfully picked Michigan to take it all home.
I love doing the bracket challenge because us here at WTOL, there's no prize. We don't get any money. We don't get any gift cards or anything. It's all bragging rights.
We take it seriously.
We take it seriously. But this year it was fun because in the years past, we move around a little bit in brackets, but one day we have someone clear up at the top and then they get knocked down in the bottom and someone from the bottom rises up.
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to Megan Hartnett.
Yes.
She was leading for the longest time. And then she just kind of went downhill, I think, at the final 4 probably.
I think so, but the thing is, she, like you said, leading for a long time, she had no idea what she was doing.
No.
She was like, how did I get here? Don't know, but you got there, girl.
Just pure luck. But of course, our sports people, Chase had to come up on top. I think Tyler Segerman was also somewhere near that, but Tim Miller and myself, we just came out of nowhere.
I was second from last.
I was going to say, how did you and the rest of the morning team do?
Morning team, okay, here's my excuse. We are asleep when these games are airing.
Yeah.
So I think Heather was below me. Ryan was maybe above me, but I'm going to just say he was below me because it's fun and he's over there.
He's not listening.
He's not listening. But so didn't go well for me. Went great for you, which is
fantastic.
Good news.
That's good news.
But
good news sports.
Yeah, good news sports.
Good news sports.
Yeah.
So right now we are in the middle of spring, but soon it's going to be summer, and that means the 14th annual Pizza Palooza.
Delicious.
Love food.
Pizza Palooza is back at Centennial Terrace in Sylvania in July. It's your chance to try different local slices and then vote for your favorite.
So this is happening Friday, July 24th and Saturday, July 25th. Oh, I know those dates very well. From the 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. and the winner takes home the highly coveted Pizza Choice Award.
What is your favorite pizza place?
Anything that has pizza.
Okay.
I feel like it's really hard to mess up pizza. It's possible, but it's really hard.
Yes.
You can't go wrong with a good classic pizza.
When you say classic pizza, are you a pepperoni girl or just cheese?
I'm fine either way, but I'm picky when it comes to the pepperoni.
Okay.
My dad and I will disagree about this because when it comes to the pepperoni, I don't like it being crusty around the edges. I want it to lay flat.
Flat and crunchy?
Flat and just
flat.
Just flat.
Okay.
I don't want the extra crunch, whereas it just it curls up a little bit and it's I'm
Pineapple
good.
on pizza?
I know this is a sensitive subject for you.
I love pineapple on pizza. More of it. So no?
I'm not against it, but I'm also not for it. I literally just want a cheese or pepperoni. I will eat pineapple on the side for sure, have a little fruit next to it, but I don't need much on my pizza.
All right.
I really
like
don't.
it. Hey, nothing. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Exactly. It's like having anchovies on pizza.
So, Kaylee, that's, actually, I think I like that. I'm not going to lie. I'm not against that. Okay. We can't keep going without addressing the elephant, or should we say the giraffe in the room.
We have a giraffe in here? Okay.
I wish.
How about this? While Good News Forecast was on hiatus, the Toledo Zoo welcomed a baby giraffe. His name is Eugene. So he was born January 17th to Mom Lily and Dad Rocket.
And since then, Eugene has been taking the internet by storm because he was born with what looked like a toupee on his head. Look at him. I just want to.
I know Eugene.
If there's a missing giraffe at the zoo, you know.
Oh.
It was us. On April Fool's Day, the Toledo Zoo even made a post saying you can buy a headband with Eugene's toupee on it. So,
Ooh.
Love that. I think it's a good idea. Why is that a joke,
smart.
Toledo Zoo? That would actually, like, kids with Eugene's, like, wearing a headband, like, they're almost like Mickey Mouse ears.
That'd be perfect for the Toledo Zoo.
I think so too.
I think you're probably really disappointed that that was an April Fool's joke.
I was. There were some jokes that got me on April Fool's Day.
Oh, more than a few.
Yeah.
More than a few.
All right. On that note, we will be right back.
Okay, I'll tell you guys about this.
No.
Welcome back. So, Sophia,
Yes.
it's officially here.
What is it, Kaylee?
Buc-ee's, officially in Ohio.
That's right. The Texas-based chain is known for its spotless bathrooms, its above-average gas station food, and for having hundreds of pumps.
Ohio's first Buc-ee's is near in Huber Heights. This is near Dayton, and people have lined up overnight for opening day, which was last week. And one couple even came from Pittsburgh, and they got engaged.
And the first time I told him I liked him was at Sheetz after work, because that's our hangout.
Yeah.
And now we have this whole gas station thing.
Yeah.
And we saw Buc-ee's was coming, so we drove in today to be at Buc-ee's.
Yeah. And she did not know this was happening at all.
No!
You had an inkling I was going to propose at some point, but
I had no idea when.
I've been hiding the ring for a few weeks now.
Well, congratulations to the happy couple. They say they will probably work Buc-ee's into their big day. So will we be getting a Buc-ee's in Northwest Ohio? When we asked the chain's founder, he said he couldn't really speak to any specifics.
Have you been to a Buc-ee's?
I have.
Okay, are they that worth the hype where
Yes.
people are lining up? Okay.
Yes, you know, I really like Buc-ee's. I never was like a big like hype girl or like fan girl,
Yeah.
but then once I found out we were getting one in Ohio,
You got excited.
the hype it increased. I'm gonna go to Buc-ee's soon to check it out in the Ohio location. So it's
Wow.
Have you been to a Buc-ee's?
No.
Okay.
So I don't really get the hype, but I asked on Facebook, I said, what is the hype? A lot of people said the fact that the bathrooms are really clean.
Yeah, bathrooms, and basically they have any type of food you can think of. I mean, they've got the barbecue, they've got the sweets, they've got the slushies, and it is kind of like a grocery store as well. Ooh, and they have clothes, like
Oh, my.
stickers, like dog stuff, literally anything you can think of. Like this thing is huge.
All right.
I recommend.
I'm sold.
I recommend. We'll go to Buc-ee sometime.
Sounds good. So at Goodwill Artworks in Adrian, Michigan, creativity is opening doors for people facing developmental challenges.
As Dominique O'Neill reports, this artistic space is turning talent into opportunity.
Here inside Goodwill Artworks in Adrian, more than a dozen people participate here weekly, making arts and crafts and making an impact on the community. Inside the studio, artists are building skills, confidence, and their own small businesses. The Micro Enterprise program started 16 years ago and has continued to grow, now with multiple locations across the area.
For people who are disadvantaged, like me, I'm a diabetic, I got asthma, health conditions and everything, and try to feel better.
Debbie Burciaga crochets blankets, hats, and scarves, all handmade and for sale.
Everything's homemade.
Okay. How long does it take to make it?
It takes me about a week for a blanket.
Participants, typically adults 18 and older, are referred through community programs, creating a space designed for accessibility and support. Each artist runs their own small operation, setting their own pace while learning to sell their work.
This is a alternative to your daily job. I mean, it's for individuals that might not fit into that peg for the 9-to-5 job. This is perfect. They can set their hours. They come in their, just work on their creativity.
The program recently expanded, adding locations in Tecumseh and Lambertville, bringing more opportunities to the community.
And I think it's important that people of all abilities are able to express themselves and share art with one another and learn from each other. And it really exhibits that art is for everyone. So that's at the heart of our program here at Goodwill.
Instructors say the goal is simple: create a space where people can build skills, confidence, and independence.
It's really exciting. I love to see what they create. They create different stuff all the time.
Reporting in Adrian, Dominique O'Neill, WTOL 11.
That's awesome.
That's some skill right there.
Yeah. To knit a blanket in a week is crazy.
I just need to come up with the idea in a week.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Right. Really
That's
great
so
to
cool.
see that they're they have their talent, they're putting it to work and just helping create that independence and confidence. So,
And just beautiful pieces of art, too.
definitely.
Well, check this out. A victim in a Hancock County crash is counting her blessings after a Good Samaritan pulled her from the crash.
Steve Iwanek has this story.
Along State Route 235 near Ada. There's not much left to see, except for the black ring, marking where life flashed before one woman's eyes.
There were lights right in front of my car.
Kathy Elsaw was on her way to work in Findlay last Thursday morning, heading north, when the Hancock County Sheriff says another car traveling south in the wrong lane hit her.
Pretty much squared up with my lights, and the other fella hit me head on.
Kathy's car was smashed, and she was stuck inside.
Immediately, I knew that my leg was mangled, my right leg, and I was trying my hardest to get it freed from whatever it was caught on in the car.
Meanwhile, Kathy saw flames starting to spark. She was worried until
A voice came and said, "Ma'am, are you okay? Just stay calm."
And that voice was that of Lucas Stump.
I didn't really think about what I was doing. I just seen somebody in need, and it was just the right thing to do to help another human being in need.
He too was on his way to work, where he went from routine to rescue.
So I, helped her get her legs out of the car and just pulled her out of the car and got her away from, the danger.
Lucas told me he was glad to be there at the right time and says he doesn't need a thank you.
And there's another human being in need that needed help, so I felt that it was just the right thing to help him. I don't view what I did as necessarily heroic.
But you ask the mom of 4 and the grandma of 8 a week later, and on this particular Friday, Kathy knows Lucas is her hero. And in her heart, so too is someone else.
Lucas being there, truly, he was my guardian angel. He was sent. I'm positive.
Amazing.
It's been 5 months since I've cried on Good News Forecast.
We
and
got
that
her,
was,
folks.
I'm glad she's okay. Lucas was at the right time at the right place.
Yeah.
And there's just so many things that could have gone wrong and didn't go wrong. And just, I'm glad everyone's okay.
Great story.
Wow.
Really well told by Steve there. And I agree. Glad everyone is okay. Glad Lucas was where he was when he was. We'll be right back. Welcome back. A Howard University medical student gets the news she's been waiting for her entire life. Now her story is making a positive impact across the country.
Sean Martinelli shows us the heart of it all.
If a lifetime could be summed up in seconds, this video of Shay Taylor Allen from New Haven, Connecticut says it all.
Do you think it was everything that led up to that moment that led to that reaction?
Exactly. Yeah.
Shay grew up in the shadows of Yale University with a single mom. She graduated high school in the top 10% of her class. But by the time she started college,
I just needed a job to help support my family.
Shay landed at Yale, not as a student, as a janitor. She spent 10 years cleaning floors of Yale New Haven Hospital. During that time, her mom became sick.
We brought her to the ER, and I just remember her crying on the bed and just wanting help, and the doctor put us to the side and asked us if she had a mental illness.
After that experience, Shay knew she could no longer be a janitor. A few days later, she searched online how to become a doctor.
I just had this feeling like I needed to save other people.
At the age of 28, Shay eventually enrolled in medical school at Howard University. 4 years later, she would find her fate for residency.
For so many medical students, they're just hoping to get matched, to end up where you ended up.
Once we had our ceremony and I came outside and I opened the envelope and I seen Yale, it was a surreal moment for me, and I jumped up and down and I'm screaming from the top of my lungs because it was a sign of relief because everything I've been through to get here.
The same Yale where Shay was once a janitor.
What's it going to be like when you walk into that hospital the next time, not as janitor, but as doctor?
Emotional, very emotional. So I'm excited. A lot of other healthcare workers forget how important their jobs are. So I hope I can show that.
And to think that there could be a janitor there who looks at you and thinks, wow, that could be me.
Now, especially with everything that's going on in our country, that little hope of American dream is still there.
The American dream, still there, one joy-filled moment like this at a time. In Washington, D.C., Sean Martinelli, WUSA 9.
That one, the first time, even a little bit now, the first time I saw that, that really got me.
Yeah, oh.
Amazing. I mean, to go from being a janitor at Yale to now you're a doctor there or doing your residency, amazing.
It's like full circle, but not, if that makes sense.
It's how, like so many people, that is such a hard jump to make, I understand, but she did it. And
she did it.
How great she must feel. Her family must be so proud of her. Oh, I love that story so much.
I love seeing those videos of when they get accepted to medical school and like where and when they get matched. Like a lot of time it's the disappointment, but also a lot of time it's the excitement. So the fact that she got into her dream school right at home is amazing.
Amazing.
So if you tuned into Good News Forecast before, you know we love Steve Hartman, who is a Toledo native, and his On the Road features. And today, Steve is sharing a lesson in the ripple effect of compassion and how one act of kindness can start a wave.
Here's Steve Hartman on the road.
7-year-old Ben O'Reilly is deaf and has other special needs, which is why his adoptive moms, Etta and Marlena, were in shock when they found out how he was being treated at school.
This feels unbelievable.
It is. It's incredible. I could barely breathe. Like, it just was so overwhelming.
Ben is a first grader at Campton Elementary in Campton, New Hampshire.
What is this?
His aide, Cheryl Ulisny,
It's a bus.
says because Ben is deaf, he felt isolated here.
Sad. He didn't have relationships with his peers or teachers for that matter. He was very alone and he acted very alone.
New Hampshire is one of the few states in the nation that doesn't have a dedicated school for the deaf. In fact, Ben is the only deaf kid in his whole district. So, aside from his aide, there was virtually no one in this whole school community he could talk to. At least, at first.
If he's your friend, you can play with him. And he's my friend.
It all began when Reed Spring and a few other classmates started picking up on a few signs.
Time to clean up.
Like clean up. Then the rest of the class decided to learn.
I see a blue horse.
Eventually, other teachers in other grades began taking sign language classes.
Responsible.
And speaking in sign.
And safe.
Even when Ben wasn't around. Today, just about every student and staff member knows at least some sign language. Ben's parents say this has had a profound impact on their son.
Now they can ask each other, hey, you want to play?
Right, it clicked for him that the sign language had value.
You could just watch his world like open up with communication. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's fun communicating with Ben and playing with him.
So, if you ever find yourself wondering whether this is still a country of compassion, take these kids as a sign. Steve Hartman, On the Road, in Campton, New Hampshire.
Gosh.
That's so special right there.
This is an emotional back-to-back stories.
Welcome back to Good News Forecast.
I know, all good tears here though, all good news of course. What an amazing feeling for those parents to see their son once having no really way for other people to communicate with him, and then seeing the school, the staff, the students take that liberty and just say, we're gonna learn it, and then they do. How amazing would that be?
And then it teaches the other kids, obviously, like how to learn sign language, but how to look out for others. And this could branch out to something different when they become older and they have kids, teaching their kids that. So this is just a one stepping stone to what could become a beautiful story later down the road too.
Great point.
I love that.
So good story. And that does it for this week on Good News Forecast.
Wow.
We're so glad to be back here with you.
And we'll see you with more good news from around the world, the country, and our own backyard. Bye, guys.
Bye.